Looking ahead, the roadmap to collective empowerment as MB589 and MG589 evolve, the journey ahead is guided by a clear and purposeful roadmap designed to maximize impact and inclusivity. This roadmap is not just a technical blueprint, but a strategic framework that integrates innovation, community participation, and sustainable growth. MG589 Manifesto released. The MG589 Manifesto serves as the foundational document for the next phase of development. It details the principles and vision for MG589, outlining how it complements and enhances the MB589 ecosystem. This manifesto is not just a set of goals, it's a pledge to the community, emphasizing collaboration, fairness, and innovation. Key milestones on the horizon: enhanced ecosystem tools. New tools and platforms will be introduced to streamline participation in the MB589 and MG589 ecosystems. From decentralized governance mechanisms to creative marketplaces, these tools will empower users to engage meaningfully while contributing to the ecosystem's growth. Global community expansion, decentralization knows no boundaries, and neither does the MB589 vision. Efforts to expand the community globally will focus on education, outreach, and inclusivity, ensuring that the ecosystem remains accessible to all, regardless of location or background. Utility-driven initiatives. While many blockchain projects focus on speculative value, MB589 and MG589 prioritize real-world utility. Upcoming initiatives will explore practical applications in areas such as decentralized finance, intellectual property management, and creative innovation, making the ecosystem relevant and valuable in diverse contexts. Collaborative innovation hubs. The creation of innovation hubs within the ecosystem will provide a space for developers, entrepreneurs, and creatives to collaborate on groundbreaking projects. These hubs will be supported by a robust framework of intellectual property protections, ensuring that contributors can innovate freely and securely. Empowering the visionaries. At the heart of MB589 and MG589 lies the belief that every individual has the potential to contribute to a larger purpose. By fostering an environment of trust, transparency, and shared responsibility, the ecosystem unlocks the potential of its participants, creating a community where everyone has a stake in the future. This is not just about technology, it's about people. The success of MB589 and MG589 depends on the collective efforts of its community, united by a shared vision and driven by a common purpose. The time is now. As we stand on the threshold of this exciting new chapter, the message is clear. The future is what we make of it. MB589 and MG589 are more than projects. They are movements, embodying the spirit of collaboration, innovation, and empowerment. To all who have been part of this journey, your contributions have brought us to this point. To those just joining, your energy and ideas will shape the chapters yet to be written. Together, we are not just building an ecosystem, we are creating a legacy of decentralized empowerment. The journey continues. Let's build the future together. License agreement. Including NDA and intellectual copyright protection, this license agreement, the agreement, is entered into as of date, by and between MB589 and MG589 ecosystem, the licensor, and name entity, the licensee, an independent representative within the Super 33 and beyond framework. Both parties agree to the following terms. 1. Grant of License 1.1. The licensor grants the licensee a non-exclusive, non-transferable license to use the intellectual property, IP, brand assets, and associated proprietary materials of MB589 and MG589, the license materials, strictly in accordance with the terms of this agreement. 2. The licensee may use the licensed materials solely for the purpose of promoting, developing, and expanding the MB589 and MG589 ecosystem as an independent representative. 2. Ownership of intellectual property. Point 1. The licensor retains all rights, title, and interest in and to the licensed materials, including all associated copyrights, trademarks, trade secrets, and other intellectual property rights. 2. The licensee agrees not to claim ownership of or any rights to the licensed materials outside the scope of this agreement. The Confidentiality and Non-Disclosure Agreement, NDA 3.1, the licensee acknowledges that during the term of this agreement, they may receive or have access to confidential information of the licensor, including but not limited to business strategies, technical designs, marketing plans, and unpublished materials. The confidential information. 3.2. The licensee agrees to maintain the confidentiality of the confidential information and not disclose it to any third party without prior written consent from the licensor. B. To use the confidential information only for the purposes outlined in this agreement. C. To take all necessary steps to prevent unauthorized access, disclosure, or use of the confidential information. By 3. This confidentiality obligation will survive the termination or expiration of this agreement. 4. Content creation and adherence to Law 4.1. The licensee agrees to comply with all applicable laws and regulations of their jurisdiction regarding content creation for MB589 and MG589.4.2. If creating content or art inspired by a copyrighted artist, the licensee must ensure that the content complies with copyright laws and does not infringe on the intellectual property rights of the artist. B. The licensee shall not affiliate MB589 or MG589 with any copyrighted artist, their name, brand, or work without prior written consent from the artist or their management company. Point 3. Any content or art found to be in violation of this clause must be immediately removed or corrected at the licensee's expense. 5. Restrictions on use 5.1. The licensee shall not a. Modify, reverse engineer, decompile, or disassemble any part of the licensed materials. B. Use the licensed materials for any unlawful purpose or in a manner that damages the reputation of MB589 or MG589.C. Transfer, assign, or sublicense the rights granted under this agreement without prior written consent from the licensor. Point 2. Upon leaving the MB589 and MG589 ecosystem, the licensee agrees a. Not to use or replicate the knowledge, strategies, or proprietary information acquired during their tenure to create a similar project. B. Not to use the names, keywords, or branding associated with MB589 or MG589 in any new project or initiative. 6. Intellectual property protections. The licensee agrees to a. Respect and uphold the intellectual property rights of the licensor. B. Notify the licensor immediately if they become aware of any infringement or unauthorized use of the licensed materials. 6.2. Any derivative works or modifications made by the licensee using the licensed materials shall automatically become the property of the licensor, and the licensee assigns all rights, title, and interest in such derivative works to the licensor. 7. Term and termination 7.1. This agreement shall remain in effect until terminated by either party with 30 days written notice. Point 2. The licensor may terminate this agreement immediately if the licensee breaches any of its terms. Point 3. Upon termination, the licensee must cease all use of the licensed materials. B. Return or destroy all copies of the licensed materials and any confidential information in their possession. 8. Indemnification. The licensee agrees to indemnify and hold harmless the licensor from any claims, damages, or liabilities arising out of the licensee's use of the licensed materials in violation of this agreement. 9. Governing law and dispute resolution 9.1. This agreement shall be governed by and construed in accordance with the laws of jurisdiction. 2. Any disputes arising under this agreement shall be resolved through arbitration in location, and the decision of the arbitrators shall be binding on both parties. 10. Miscellaneous 10.1. This agreement constitutes the entire understanding between the parties regarding its subject matter and supersedes all prior agreements. Point 2. Any amendments to this agreement must be made in writing and signed by both parties. Point 3. If any provision of this agreement is found to be unenforceable, the remaining provisions shall remain in effect. By signing below, the parties agree to the terms and conditions outlined above. Licensor. Name. Representative of MB589, MG589 ecosystem. Signature date. Licensee. Name. Licensee name. Entity. Signature. Date. The benefits of the agreement. A collective opportunity. The agreement outlined here is not merely a contract. It is a gateway to meaningful collaboration and shared success. By aligning with the principles and protections established within the MB589 and MG589 ecosystem, independent representatives unlock numerous benefits. Empowerment through structure. 1. With clear guidelines, licensing agreements, NDAs, and intellectual property protections in place, representatives can focus on innovation and creativity, knowing their contributions are safeguarded. 1. This foundation fosters peace of mind, encouraging bold ideas and entrepreneurial spirit. Access to a thriving community. 1. By joining MB589 and MG589, representatives become part of a forward-thinking network that values collaboration and inclusivity. 1. This community-centric approach creates opportunities for meaningful partnerships and shared growth. Recognition and credibility. 1. Affiliating with a movement that upholds integrity and respects intellectual property enhances the credibility of independent representatives. 1. This reputation opens doors to new opportunities and builds trust among peers and collaborators. Innovative freedom within a protective framework. 1. Representatives can explore their creative potential without fear of unauthorized use or misrepresentation. 1. This freedom, coupled with adherence to copyright laws and artist protections, ensures the integrity of the ecosystem and its participants. Contribution to a legacy of decentralized empowerment. 1. MB589 and MG589 are not just projects, they are transformative movements. 1. By contributing to these initiatives, representatives leave a lasting impact on the decentralized landscape, shaping the future for generations to come. Shared vision and purpose. 1. The agreement reflects a shared commitment to a decentralized future that balances freedom with responsibility. 1. Representatives are integral to realizing this vision, playing an active role in building a sustainable and equitable ecosystem. Legal and ethical assurance. 1. Adherence to the laws of the land regarding content creation and intellectual property ensures that all activities within the ecosystem are conducted ethically and responsibly. 1. This commitment to lawful conduct enhances the movement's credibility on a global scale. The time is now. As we stand on the threshold of this exciting new chapter, the message is clear. The future is what we make of it. MB589 and MG589 are more than projects. They are movements, embodying the spirit of collaboration, innovation, and empowerment. To all who have been part of this journey, your contributions have brought us to this point. To those just joining, your energy and ideas will shape the chapters yet to be written. Together, we are not just building an ecosystem, we are creating a legacy of decentralized empowerment. This agreement is a cornerstone of that legacy. It is a commitment to fairness, creativity, and progress, a blueprint for achieving greatness through shared purpose. The journey continues. Let's build the future together.